Hi, Victoria here. We are celebrating. I've got my lucky bunches in because we're reaching 2,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for all your subscriptions, also your likes, comments and shares. Please do think about who you could share this channel with, someone that needs a little bit of de-stress and relaxation. Today we see my own facial from Jodi. So a few months ago I treated Jodi to a full body massage and a facial. Today we reverse the tables and she treats me. This is the first half of my own facial with beautiful Tropic Skincare. I explain what she's using, why she's choosing it and how my skin reacts. Watch to the end because Jodi gives me the most beautiful facial massage. Next week, join me because you'll see the second half of this facial. Thanks for joining. See you soon. Let's spread a little healing and thanks for subscribing. So here I am entering Jodi's beautiful Jodi Brooks Beauty. We have a quick chat about how I'm feeling, how the facial may need to be adapted depending on how I'm feeling, what my skin's doing. I remove my jewellery to wash my hands, and these are the beautiful Tropic Skincare products that Jodi will choose for me today. And having washed my hands, Jodi takes me through to the treatment room. We discuss a little what products she's going to be using with me today. And then I lie myself down, ready for a lovely facial. Jodi takes great care to make sure that all of her clients are relaxed, ready, and comfortable on the couch. She has a beautiful heated couch. Various blankets are underneath me, as well as towels and blankets on top, with a couple of drops of frankincense essential oil on her palms. Jodi holds her hands just above my face while asking me to take 3 deep breaths. The effect of the frankincense oil goes through my whole head and body. I can feel the anti-aging and respiratory enhancing effects of this beautiful skincare oil. With some very well practiced and experienced hands, Jodi very gently and slowly applies a little pressure to my shoulders, the top and bottom of my face, and then gently to my temples. She now applies a little smoothing cleanser, which has been shown to have 37% reduction in sebum level, 57% increase in skin moisture to those tested this year. You can see she applies it to my jawline with these gorgeous intertwining fingers. She's very good at this particular action. It works well with the jawline and the upper neck into the cheekbones, the zygomatics, into the lines of the jaw, which is the mandible, and then up around the sinus membranes, up into the nasal bone and all of the cartilage and very sensitive area of the nose.
She applies just the right amount of pressure to the nostrils, the temples, and the frontal bone of the forehead. Each area needs its own amount of pressure applied, which you can only really learn through experience of working with many people over time. Jodi's nails are painted beautifully. She always has a different nail varnish, this time in a signature arrangement of nails with each of the index fingers painted the same, and likewise for the others. And now with these warm and damp circular cloths, which have an exfoliating, but also they're chosen to be very soft at the same time. And she has a wonderful manner of spinning the cloth around in order to bring fresh warmth and water to the area, to bring renewed cleansing. As is the modern way, Jodi is now applying the smoothing cleanser once more as a double cleanse. Again, using the intertwining fingers over the jaw, the upper neck, around in those delicate sinus membranes and nasal passages, moving into the eyebrow, the brow line, working into the muscles of the forehead. And then with those lovely thumbs, clearing an area which can become blocked, not just at the skin level, but also below, just below the lower lip, where we can experience some acne or even dry skin at that area, and it's really good to have cleared out with those alternate thumb techniques. And then ending at the temples before finding her cloths once more for a second removal of the smoothing cleanser. This wonderful, warming, relaxing and skin cleansing technique feels so soothing. Jodi now is applying a little Face Smooth, which is a brightening polish, gentle exfoliator. She has mixed it with a little warm water and is now using this gorgeous brush which spreads as it travels, starting at the jawline, making sure to include the underjaw as well as over the top of the chin, working into the cheeks, up over the nose, and over the sinus areas, and now into the forehead. The brush feels so delicate. This technique using a brush has a lovely effect of feeling smooth and flowing. It encourages and induces every tiny muscle of the facial region to relax. She's now simply using her hands, mainly the fingertips and thumb tips, to work into the T-zone as the area now being treated with the exfoliator can be susceptible to excess sebum levels, acne, blackheads and breakouts. She makes sure not to apply too much pressure to both nostrils at the same time, as it can make the person on the couch feel a little claustrophobic or in fact panicky at that time. And it takes an experienced therapist to know exactly how much pressure and in which particular area to apply pressure. It's also about the speed. You notice that she applied a little faster pressure and then slows down when it comes to the temples. The Face Smooth has the effect of hydrating at the same time as exfoliating, as it contains the most beautiful oils. The Face Smooth contains bamboo silica to remove dead skin cells and smooth the skin surface. The macadamia oil and vitamin E soften uneven skin texture and soothe dry skin. It's packed with antioxidant-rich acai berry and elderberry extracts. It smells and feels amazing. To tell you the truth, I often use this exfoliator on my body. I use it in the shower once a week without the shower on in order to really maximize the effect of the exfoliating silica and oils to treat my skin. Jodi now has very hot, beautiful hand flannels, which are used to help remove again any further little circles of silica from the exfoliator, and also to open my skin pores. The heat is wonderfully hot, not too hot, it just feels really beautiful. It feels like a thermal therapy, just like entering a hot bath. Beautiful around the orbital bone of the eyes, the frontal bone of the forehead, and the temporal bone at the temples. She now checks with the very tips of her fingers to see if there is any remaining Face Smooth particles. And now she opens a new bottle of this gorgeous Soothe the Senses Oil. This can be used on the body as well. It smells so sensuous. Soothe the Senses Luxury Body Oil contains frangipani, cedarwood and ylang ylang essential oils. It's mixed with deeply nourishing argan and buriti oils, producing a rich, indulgent oil with a soothing and calming scent. The frangipani smells so exotic and healing, like it could soothe away all the stresses of the world. Cedarwood essential oil is commonly used in therapy suites these days because it is a beautiful alternative to sandalwood essential oil, which has sadly become unethical to use. Personally, I love cedarwood oil. This is a base note which treats not only respiratory issues but also beautifully helps mental and emotional conditions. It's popular with those people liking a musk scent, and the oil mixes so well with a vast range of other essential oils. Particularly beautiful when diffused and used for inhaling. Ylang ylang as well is another exotic scent, this time coming from the ylang ylang flower, a lovely yellow flower. The scent is very familiar to most because it's used in the beauty industry, in fragrances, skin and facial care, in beauty therapy rooms and at home. Ylang ylang is particularly good for relaxing. It's commonly used for aiding sleep and with sedative qualities to help soothe and provide the right atmosphere in the room and in your body for preparing for sleep. So the three oils combined make such a beautiful, relaxing oil, ready for switching off, forgetting any stresses, and for sleep. Working with whole hands, tips of fingers, and now using gentle knuckles around my shoulder points, along the clavicle, and under the neck and the trapezius muscle at the back of the shoulders. This is a muscle I work on quite frequently in my clinic, as many people arrive in the clinic with muscle and neck tension. This is an area frequently affected by spasm or even a cricked neck. And she's now using a technique just to hold. This is so nice because when movement stops, when there is a pause in proceedings. There is a natural place which our body knows it is encouraged to breathe. We instinctively take a more therapeutic and longer, deeper breath when there is a pause. And now, having worked along the clavicle, the top of the shoulders, the back of the neck and throat, Jodi introduces her slow, warm hands to the jawline, using her signature technique with those intertwined fingers. And now again, clearing above the chin line, below the upper lip, and up individual cheeks, using an overlapping hand gesture. This movement is so beautiful to receive because it's working against gravity. As we are upright most of the time, our facial features, our muscles, even the lymph and the nerves contained in the face will normally have a natural effect of relaxing downwards. So by having the encouragement of moving upwards, it helps that natural feeling of sagging downwards, especially when we are raised to the temples. This is now an acupressure technique. Jodi has been trained in acupressure points, where we simply apply a little pressure with 2 fingertips to particular areas in order to stimulate and clear the Chinese meridian points, which help not just the areas in the face, but also the whole body, as that meridian, which has an acupressure point in the face, will follow a line through the neck, down the body, and finishing at all extremities, which includes the feet and the hands. And now working around the sinus areas. This is particularly relieving for those with congestion, prone to headaches, prone to blocked sinus passages, for instance, rhinitis, sinusitis, frequent coughs and colds. It's a lovely area to have gently stimulated, relaxed, and treated in the correct manner. The technique Jodi is using now is so beautiful around the orbital bone. She's using her fingertips to gently stimulate above and below that strong brow line of the orbital bone, which helps us to relax any frown. It helps us to relax all the tiny muscles around the eyes, into the brow and the forehead. And once we relax those muscles, we notice instantly that the effect on the skin, the effect on wrinkles and lines is instantly improved. And using her palms this time, just the palms in an overlapping gesture upwards, again, this really encourages the correct direction for any frown lines. Now overlapping thumb pads, which is beautiful along and up the brow line. This is also, of course, the T-zone. And now using those thumb pads in a very therapeutic and slow manner outwards from a central point in lines starting just above the eyebrows and making lines further up the forehead. And once those lines are made with the acupressure points, they are encouraged with the full fingers from the center outwards. The massage of the face ends at the temples with a reassuring, soothing action. Thank you to Jodi, my lovely friend, for my facial. Here again is the Tropic range.
So thank you for joining me. That was the first half of my facial from Jodi. Watch next week for the second half and let's spread a little healing. Thanks for subscribing. Bye guys.